The internet community seems torn on if this road to WrestleMania buildup is proper or not. So, of course, we got to talk about it. The natural disasters headed towards the Hall of Fame. Is Ken Shamrock next? We got so much to talk about. Hit that subscribe button. It's Spandex StandUps. We're joined by guest comedian Marianna Barksdale. How you doing?
Shout out to Marianna.
Thanks for coming back.
I know. It's so nice to be here. This is like my favorite place on earth.
Our fans love you. Oh. So glad to have you back.
Good, thanks.
As always, joined by my lovely co-host, Evan Berke.
I'm back. I feel like we haven't done this in a while.
Right.
So let's get back into it. We got Marianna here. Let's go.
I'm here.
I was on the road last week, so I'm sorry we missed out. I was in North Carolina doing some shows in Durham. And now I'm just doing some local stuff here in April, so I'm excited about it.
So I'm talking about what was I up to last week? I've been doing a lot of local stuff. We launched a new show at Rosemary and Beauty Queen. Y'all, if you're in Nashville, Tennessee, come on out to our Rosemary and Beauty Queen show. We're doing it once a month right now. Our next one is Sunday. April 27th. It's going to be, we're closing out a big weekend for Rosemary and Beauty Queen. It is their 8-year anniversary of them being right downtown, East Nashville, 5 Points. So we got a nice monster lineup, but that's what we've been up to.
I miss wrestling on Sunday. I miss Sunday Night Heat. I miss it leading into the pay-per-view. I
feel like we do need a low-stakes WWE show. I mean, we do have that on Peacock.
Wish they'd move NXT to Sundays.
Yeah.
Give you a little something to watch, you know?
Yeah.
Give you a little break leading into Monday Night Raw.
Then you don't have to be all stressed out watching The White Lotus.
See, I don't watch stressed out shows.
Don't watch that one.
Wrestling's as high stakes as I get.
I love White Lotus this season.
I know,
it's
right?
very
It's
good.
so stressful.
Yeah. What about you? What you been up to?
What have I been doing? I went to like book club. I was doing regular people stuff lately. I've been doing a lot of shows, but I've been trying to like be really, I don't know, choosing my time wisely or something as I age. But yeah, I went to like book club this weekend. Ate a bunch of banana pancakes.
I love as I age.
I'm trying to age into like having friends so my brain doesn't expire.
Being a normie? Yeah, being a civilian.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Important.
Y'all don't understand the first 10 to 15 years of your comedy career, you don't have vacations. You don't go to friends' birthday parties. You don't see loved ones on birthdays and trips. No, you use all of that for comedy.
I'm trying to like split it up now so I'm not crazy all the time. And I don't just feel like I need to quit.
Fair enough. Let's get into some news up top. It leaked out. They said it in the promo that we'll get into here in a little bit, but Punk, Roman, and Seth headlining night 1. Cena and Cody headlining night 2. So, no Royal Rumble winners headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah, we just got to change the verbiage to you get to face the champion of your choice for the belt of your choice at WrestleMania, instead of, you get to main event WrestleMania. Let's be honest, having a one-on-one, having a singles match at WrestleMania, I mean, again, main eventing is its own thing, but just being on the card. And I do think being the opening match at WrestleMania nowadays is in some ways, that's the co-headline now. They really bookend it. So I do think that if you are kicking off one of the nights, you should still see it as somewhat as a headline because you're getting the show started. And WWE, for the past several years has really prioritized that first match to let's not really go from least to most important. Let's book in the important matches.
You and Chris really sold me the other day about having Jay winning the title to kick off night 1 of WrestleMania. That real feel-good story right from the get-go. Set the tone early, boys.
Because we all know, like, folks aren't too stoked about the Jey Uso, Gunther match and Jey Uso winning. But again, I do think that, like, this is happening to get us to another story.
I like how they're incorporating it into the current story. Jay's starting to second guess himself. Jay's like, am I good enough now? The fans are telling me I'm not good enough. So they heard it and they're incorporating it. They got Jay looking a little ragged, you know, like he slipped. He tried to spear Gunther and he made it look legit. Because at first I was like, man, he botched that move.
Yeah.
But then they talked about it. So they either recovered great or that was meant to happen. So, and we finally, you talked about it a couple weeks ago. Here's Big Jim. Big Jim to the rescue. You know, so they're at least getting the brothers in there.
That slap to the face of Gunther was huge.
Dude, the blood match. Like, my man, bleeding everywhere.
Bathing in his blood.
Was that a packet or a bad
But
blood?
I want to ask a question. Is the lack of hype around this match because of Jey Uso or because of our champion?
I mean, I feel like they both have to carry the load on that. You know, but I'm excited about the match. I don't know. I don't understand the I get it, man. Like, there's so many storylines that take us to that next level as fans that sometimes when you just checking the boxes and getting the job done seems boring. I think they're getting the job done.
I just don't think there was ever a world in which Jey Uso was going to main event WrestleMania.
I think they thought about it for maybe a split second.
I don't think it's ever been in consideration like that. This is actually, I think that the moment he won, they just decided right then and there, we're breaking tradition. We're gonna change the verbiage. What do you think about this? I mean, you're tapping in for, you know, what WrestleMania is this for you, where you've been following kind of like continuously? Because you watched last year's, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch the year before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you followed the Uso saga.
Yeah. I feel like Jey Uso, I feel like it's almost a mistake that he's at the top. Like, it almost feels like it wasn't supposed to happen and he doesn't seem to believe it either. But I like that about it. I feel like, I think that's why I started to like him all of a sudden, because I didn't like his 20-minute intros and I was like, oh, he's just all fluff. But I don't know.
They're making him the underdog.
It feels like they decided last minute that he was going to win the Rumble and that there's these other stories at play, and just that, like, hey, let's do this, you know, let's have this other thing at play. But you know, I like the idea of
it's a refreshing way to get there.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the road less traveled for the unlikely hero. Like, my man. And maybe they're just not doing the best job in telling the story, because the story's there. My man thought he was going to be a tag team wrestler his entire career. You know, one of the greatest, if you ask me. But then he gets his family draws him into this bloodline saga. He didn't want to be main event JSO. He didn't want to be right hand man, but he had to be for the good of his family. And then he got a little taste of that main event, and he's like, "Oh, I think I can do this." And then he actually got there, and then everyone turned on him. So it's a great story. I just don't know if they're putting the pieces together.
Well, the piece that's not there for this story is Roman being right there, being supportive, and having a hard time being supportive because it's not him in that spot. That's what's missing.
I love Roman.
Why are we not adding that layer? They reunited. Did they not reunite?
Right.
Why are we not seeing them on camera together anymore? Here's what it is. The European tour has actually messed up the buildup for a lot of matches.
Okay.
You're not seeing guys go into each other's houses.
Yeah.
Fighting. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Right? You're not seeing certain things. Like, they are traveling.
Yeah.
Most of the builds are going on in the ring. I mean, I'm sure you have it on your list. I don't want to get us out of order, but the AJ Styles, Logan Paul, again, it's like they're trying to build this in the ring.
Right.
And with words and using the same formula, but I digress.
It works on some, but you can't do it for all, and they're trying to do it for all.
And I'm wondering if them being in Europe is really limiting their ability to do some real savage stuff. Gunther going to Jey Uso's house.
I want to see him mess
like,
with some elders.
Like,
I want to get him. You know,
like where are all of those pieces?
Yeah.
Where is the title for if Jey Uso wins, does he become the tribal chief? There's, it feels like they abandoned so much that they set up.
Yeah.
And you know, with The Rock, I mean, The Rock isn't even involved now. He's moved on, and with this John Cena thing, and they're not even
The
talking.
continuation isn't helping out.
I mean, I think we all thought the Bloodline Civil War was going to go in a certain way, and maybe we still get answers, but
I think they're going to put a little bow on it because there's some rumblings that they tie it
that
back
has
together.
to be what happens at WrestleMania, I think, to satisfy the kind of lackluster build, because they are saying that this WrestleMania is on pace to be the.
I got a scenario I want to run by you here in a little bit and see if you'll be happy with it.
But they are saying that this WrestleMania is on pace to be, I think, the least amount of tickets sold since WrestleMania 22
Also doesn't help.
or something.
20 grand for these tickets.
In Vegas.
Well, I was about to say Las Vegas. It's
Prices. No one's
expensive
got
to
that
eat.
money. WWE.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't think people are as excited about John Cena versus Cody Rhodes outside of wrestling. I think people are super into the heel turn.
Yeah.
But I almost think, again, a John Cena Logan Paul match like sells more tickets than kind of to the casual.
What they're doing.
Go ahead though.
Natural disasters in the Hall of Fame. Rumblings is Ken Shamrock might be the last piece in this Hall of Fame class, so that'd be fun. SmackDown gets a new announcer, Mark Chinook. He was the Vegas Golden Knights in-house host. He is now Mark Nash.
I liked Mark Nash.
Yeah.
He had a good thing going. I think he's going to find his groove.
I like him. He's got a great voice. Mm-hmm. And he brings, we talked about it, he brings me back to those old days. He hits the right notes where you're like, all right.
Exactly. He's bringing that, just kind of that raspy, kind of real big arena voice.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's my favorite part of wrestling. Honestly, like that's how I host when we do Stone Cold Sober.
Yeah.
Channel that wrestling host.
Yeah, if I could do the raspiness, I would. But yeah.
WWE bringing back the all-female Evolution PLE this summer, shooting for July 5th in Connecticut.
Is that going to be main roster?
Yeah, and NXT.
Okay, cool.
Ooh,
I hope
very
everyone, bring them all in. But yeah, like you alluded to earlier, WWE is inducting matches into the Hall of Fame. First up is Bret Hart, Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13, the double turn. My question to you is, what matches would you like to see follow suit? Because I personally, Macho Man, Steamboat, WrestleMania 3. Mm-hmm. Michael's Razor ladder match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
I was about to say, I'm wearing that shirt.
They could, there's so many great matches.
we're
I'm
gonna
excited they're opening this.
we're going to get Rock Hogan, Icon versus Icon,
yeah.
WrestleMania 18. I mean, that one was just
electrifying.
That one was just massive.
Mankind versus Undertaker.
Oh, Buried Alive
Yeah,
or Hell in a Cell?
Hell in a Cell.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
'cause
yeah.
it doesn't have to be at WrestleMania. There's just matches.
Just
in
matches.
general.
You can do whatever, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many matches. I mean, the Shane McMahon.
Which Royal Rumble do you think goes in first? 92?
Yeah.
Yeah.
92 for sure.
Oh, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels when he does the God entrance. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
was
Their
amazing.
Hell in a Cell might get there too. Kane's introduction.
I mean, they're going to have to induct a few matches per year
to catch up.
Yeah, I think you make it its own category. I think you have the Hall of Fame on one side, and then you have you induct moments on the other. But I think you maybe do 5 or 6 of each year, not just one match. I mean, there's too many,
it'll be interesting.
there's too many amazing matches for us to wait 50 years to
I
to
think
finally
it kind of
get
adds to it
around
a little
to
bit.
some
Like
stuff.
10 years later, there's only 10 matches in it.
It's tough.
kind of like
It's
it.
tough.
Orton told Cody, "There's going to come a day I look you directly in the eye and say I'm coming for your title." A little foreshadowing, a little Orton, because to be like, you say what you will about the build up to WrestleMania, the thing that is keeping me hyped and keeping me drawn in is the so many different directions that they can go. Like, by being a little bit of a lackluster build up, they've kept it vague. And I have no clue what's going to happen, man.
Yeah, well, it feels like they were so specific with a lot of things, and then they've really expanded out. Mm-hmm. And everyone's kind of off, on their own little, side quests. But that eventually could all come back, and all of these stories could very easily intersect again.
Yeah.
I feel like they make it up so much along as they go.
Yeah.
I think they like to wait and see what people think is going to happen, and then they change it a last minute. That's why nobody knows they're going to win.
Yeah,
I think that's why we never know what's going to happen, because it actually doesn't make any sense until it happens, and you're like, oh yeah, all along, that's what I thought was going to happen.
But I think Cody's going to lose at Mania.
Oh, no.
I think he's taking a break. And, we've got Backlash in St. Louis. We got Randy Orton. They're really promoting him. They're promoting John Cena. I think we might get a little Randy Orton.
I think I could see where Orton's up next no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether Cena wins, Cody wins.
Yeah, because
they can draw the lines to either one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it could also be Randy Orton comes out there and, is the reason why Cody loses.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah, good point.
Randy's affiliation with Cody has been getting him in all kinds of trouble since he came back. So he's got to really,
because Kevin, cost him another match with Drew, your boy.
I know,
which he's intertwined in this somehow too. So you never know how he plays into this.
Yeah,
I think he's going to go over Priest at WrestleMania, and he's going to be in the main event scene once again.
Yeah.
But then again, we got the draft hanging over this too, so a lot of people can flip-flop these brands and what titles they're going after too. So that, to me, is what's got me hook, line, and sinker, is so many options, so many feuds they can get to, so many possibilities. It can be for the belt. It can not be for the belt. I don't know who's going to walk away with the belt. I don't know who's going to have Heyman in their corner after all this. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like Seth being in that match, though.
I love it, dude.
I think they either needed to do Seth versus Roman and just give us that match, or they needed to do Roman versus Punk and just give us that match.
That's why I'm telling you, Seth's there to take Heyman away.
I mean, the three of them.
That'd be great.
Seth's there to walk away with Heyman.
I just want the match to be for something, and I do think there's been enough chatter online where people are like, what are the stakes here?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, their promo on Friday to close SmackDown was weird.
It was all
and
about
sloppy.
CM Punk headlining. It wasn't about any build up to the match. It was Heyman having a moment with CM Punk,
and then Seth,
all of us just sitting there like, what?
And then Seth had a weird tantrum,
meltdown. Yeah.
But like it just.
No, I get it. I give
like
it to you, man.
That their whole feud. I mean, I think we're pumped about the match, but I think they're telling a story they did not intend to tell at this WrestleMania.
That's fair.
Because again, let's be honest, we all know what probably 4 or 5 months ago they thought their main event was going to be.
Yeah.
Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
And that's just not happening. And now this is where they've gone. And I think they are building this airplane as they go.
Would you be more happy with Roman being with Jay and Gunther kind of storyline, and then this just being Seth and Punk?
Yeah, I mean, even the Seth and Punk thing, like, that final match, because that's been a really great feud.
Yeah.
So
you're saying they work fine as two, any two of them. Just the three makes it weird.
I just think the three kind of, just kind of makes it weird.
It's odd. It's just odd.
Because it isn't, we don't know what it's for.
Yeah.
And then you've got...
Punk's still talking about that damn favor.
You've got Heyman right there, and Roman is like weirdly jealous when Heyman talks to Punk, but like not asking Heyman directly, like, what's this thing you've got with Punk? Like, do you all still need to be together? Like, again, like, a lot of those little details that they told with other stories, it just doesn't feel like they're totally telling with this one. It kind of feels like they're dropping the ball with the story.
That's fair. Because that was a weird promo, but I loved Naomi's new heel promo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Talk about get me excited for a heel turn.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
She looked sinister. She looked calculated. Mm-hmm. She looked like she just put every single girl on SmackDown on notice. Like, she looked like not in a cheesy way whatsoever, but like the new villain in town. You know?
When you're allowed to come out there and say what you really feel, which is, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of how,
when you can
if I
blur
were
the
her,
lines.
I would feel on a personal level.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. She's like, she's my favorite character so far. out of everybody.
Yeah, she's Laura. She's my wife.
I'm glad she's back, honestly. I say character. That's just how I am.
Well, I'm just glad they're keeping Bailey away from her. Bailey's on Raw doing her own thing.
Yeah.
Naomi needed to grow into this butterfly on her own.
Yeah.
You know, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really branching out. You know, that's what you got to do. Sometimes give him a whole heel turn to really let him shine.
Yeah. Because she left for a little bit, got a little confidence about her, came back, and now they're letting her shine. And I'm hyped about it, man. I'm very excited about her heel work. Street Profits finally got new music. We can finally check that off the list. Street Profits, appropriate music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Thank goodness.
They look good out there.
I wanted to text you immediately. I wanted to be like, they got new music.
I like their whole vibe, man. I'm curious to see who they go against at WrestleMania. I'm really upset it's not the New Day. I'm kind of upset. Again, that's
Well,
another
it looks like
ball
New Day's going after War Raiders. But yeah, like War Raiders would be better suited against someone else. Let them go after DIY and...
Yeah, I'm just like the New Day and the Street, like the Street Profits are the perfect for the heel turn. They're like the best anti-hero to go after the New Day.
Which they did let New Day look more vicious this past week, so I am excited about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Street Profits put on a great match against Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
Really great first match to retain and showcase. I guess they're still leaning towards like a multi-team match. Like you still got the Garzas, you still got DIY, you still got Motor City Machine Guns on SmackDown. Feels like a lot of unresolved
Give us a ladder match.
tension.
Ladder match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always a ladder match for the tag titles at WrestleMania. Let's normalize that.
Let's normalize.
More ladders.
Yeah.
There just haven't been enough ladders at all recently.
We want ladders.
I mean, the Royal Rumble, really revived the ladder match for me.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Yeah. They had a little ladder too.
Yeah, they did.
Sorry, the little ladder was the best part.
Yeah,
of
that was so
I love when they do stuff like that. I still love when R-Truth brought out the ladder in the Royal Rumble match a couple years ago. It just gets all the way up like... How we feeling about the Cena-Cody promo? Cena telling Cody he's going to bury him and that he is just an errand boy that got lucky.
Ooh, and then Cody hitting him back with, the fans chose me. Who chose you? Just a guy in an office who's not here anymore, and we don't talk about him. What?
That was the best promo.
Like you said, man, when you can let a little truth fly, that's when you get the gold.
You got more dick in that promo than you do in them jorts. Come on, dude.
That's why I feel like Cena's always been a heel inside too. Like,
I love when they go back and find clips from Total Divas when he was with Brie Bella or Nikki Bella, and they're like, we saw the heel turn coming.
Yeah. Again, I don't. This also doesn't totally feel like the story they meant to tell. And if this is, then I'm excited. Like, if this is really where they were like, no, John Cena's farewell tour is going according to plan, like, and just strap in, then I'm like, awesome.
But isn't that the best part where you can't tell? Where you can't tell if it was thrown together last minute or if this is years of Triple H orchestrating this?
It just doesn't totally feel that way. But I will say John Cena brings out the best in the people that he's cutting a promo with, man. I mean, his promo work was so good. And honestly, I watched it several times because there's a lot of truth in the promo.
Oh, no doubt. Has been for quite a few years with Cena.
But then, again, Cody really rose to the occasion and gave it to him. So the War Words was great. John Cena's winning this match at WrestleMania.
yes, definitely.
With the Rock's
Rock's
help.
Yeah.
You know, the Rock's going to be there to help. I mean, there's a lot.
He's gonna have a taser.
I still wish they'd give him a henchman or something. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah, he
Austin
needs
Theory,
somebody.
Grayson
Cena?
Waller, like a mini Cenas that kind of look like when Edge had the Major Brothers. Like I wish he had like some goons.
Give him the War Raiders.
I wish that
Put him in suits.
I wish when he turned heel, he got tan. I think that would have been a funny change.
John Cena?
Yeah,
I love that he
All of a
changed
sudden.
nothing.
I know nothing at all.
He said, "This is me.
Yeah.
Deal with it," and it made you hate him even more.
Yeah.
This is my song.
I mean, it's great. It's so good. No, the promo was great. It's what we needed going into WrestleMania. I don't know if that's seen his last live appearance before.
I think he's got a couple more.
Because we only have a couple more.
I think he's going to be around to build it, at least Raw, I think.
Okay. But I mean, just, an absolute war of words, really solidifying Cena as the GOAT and Cody as today's top dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of a couple of future top dogs, Braun Breaker and Penta were in tag action against the Judgment Day. Braun Breaker spears Penta. Penta takes his first L. And I'm glad that Finn got it. Finn got the pin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that whole cluster of
Dom manipulating Finn, Penta around. Because I think that's going to be a 4 corners match now for the Intercontinental title. Dom, Finn, Penta, Braun.
That's a fun
like
one.
that.
I love watching all of them together.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know that action is going to be insanity.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, low-key, the MVP of the match is going to be Dominic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to get everybody's best finisher. He's going to get speared to the moon and back.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, he's like the carrot everybody chases in the match, honestly. But he brings a lot to it. And honestly, I know I always do this, but like I love his outfit.
Yeah.
His outfit's
different.
amazing.
You know, like I love anything that's different.
Yeah, going back historically, I love the luchadors' outfits. And honestly, Conan. Yeah, Conan.
Yeah.
Best outfits in the
Oh,
world.
dude, I dressed as Conan for Halloween. The
best.
NWO Conan.
Oh,
You had
yeah.
the boxers and drooping, and you had the tank top. I got my hands on an NWO black and red tank top, and I wanted to wear that thing all the time, every day. It was great.
Amazing.
We talked about it up top, but just the last little cherry on this is I thought that Gunther attack on Big Jim elevated that feud. You know, I know it's been a little flat. You know, everyone loves just trashing on Jay and saying it's his fault. I love Jay. I'm loving this transformation. I'm loving the underdog story. The didn't want to be here, but I'm here. But then just beating his brother. Just senseless. It's
great.
Like within arm's length from him. Really elevated. We saw that top-notch heel work from Gunther.
Bathing in his blood.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I'm not a big blood guy. We've talked about this plenty of times. Don't want to see it all the time.
Yeah.
It was necessary and good right there.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it made me feel sick. I was like,
There you go. That's good.
It gave a genuine feeling of disgust.
Or I like to watch it and be like, if I was a kid, if I was in 6th or 7th grade watching again, would I be watching this not knowing whether or not it's real? And that was one of those where I'm like, all right, yeah, we're in there. We're in there now. They're in that sweet spot.
Yeah.
They took it up a notch.
It was the perfect amount too. It wasn't like, okay, this is definitely fake.
You didn't think he was dying.
Yeah,
You know, like some guys blade and you're like, is he going to pass out? Like a couple of Mick Foley, a couple of Terry Funks where you're like, he can't have that much blood left.
I mean, as much as we're like knocking the Gunther Jey Uso feud, it is the more established feud of the. It got, right? Wasn't it the first match really decided?
Yeah. It had the most time to kind of not spin its wheels.
Yeah. So there were actually a lot of real substantial meat there. Again, it's not an AJ Styles, Logan Paul where they're like, let's catch up, go out there and make it make sense.
That's what I'm saying. We still got 3 weeks. You know, like these guys are about to hit full on gas, I think. I personally think. But, you know, like more of these feuds that haven't gotten a lot of time are going to get time to shine, like Logan Paul and AJ. We all know that's going to be a banger of a match. But like you said, when they get back on U.S. soil, why do I care?
Right.
Make me care about this now.
Yeah.
Like, I need Logan Paul doing some dastardly stuff to AJ Styles. You know what I mean? Like, I think these next couple of weeks, once they get, I think they had to do there's a whole lot of balls in the air when you're in Europe, I'm sure, you know? So I think once they get back to, because I didn't even think about that, you know, like that kept them from doing probably
so
a
much
whole
stuff. So much stuff.
So this week on SmackDown and then next week on Raw, really excited to see if they
I just wish that the U.S. fans sang as much as the Europeans.
I miss
So
the chant.
good.
The chants are
They're
We're going to
singing.
have to try to get them to fans to sing here. I mean,
the chants just make it.
I know.
Cody, at least Cody.
yeah, it's so
I
good.
love it, man.
Yeah.
Looks like we're still trying to get a triple threat out of Rhea, Io, and Bianca.
I know.
I enjoyed Bianca as a referee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice little layer to it.
She was great.
And you had to think some shenanigans were going to happen. And they did. Rhea pinned her. They counted to what, 7?
20.
Yeah.
It was like 20.
Yeah. So you got to think. And I love that as frustrated as the fans are about the build up to WrestleMania, it's showing on Adam Pearce's face.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce is our lightning rod of frustration because my man's about to lose it. And he plays that disgruntled authority figure so well. Where if this was real, you could feel his frustration where he's like, this is my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I believe him.
Yeah, I am. I'm still having a hard time really caring about this match.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm wholeheartedly in, because to me this aspect of the story that's gotten me is the disrespect to Io.
Well, that's the one piece about it that I like.
Got me.
And I just think they keep positioning Rhea as like she can do whatever she wants, and I'm like that just doesn't make like. No.
I think that's why they're holding out by not adding her.
Yeah.
Because she keeps doing all this and thinking Pierce is going to be like, you know what, fine. But he's not doing that. So I think that in itself is the story here.
Is this someone come back and maybe it ends up not being a triple threat? Like
someone take Rhea out to like a
maybe
different
someone doesn't take her
storyline?
out, but he's like, I actually have an opponent for you, and it's Ronda Rousey, something like that.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think she's pregnant right now.
That wouldn't happen.
That
But
would
you know
be
what I mean?
even
Like
better.
Alexa Bliss or something. Like
Yeah.
Curveball.
I do think that. I mean, that's a match at WrestleMania. If we all found out last minute, we're about to see Rhea versus Alexa Bliss.
Oh, yeah.
Like this whole time,
they still
like
got 3 weeks to build it up.
Yeah.
It can still be a proper build.
yeah,
I think they're going to do something out of nowhere. I love Rhea. I'm obsessed with Rhea.
yeah.
But
Me too. That's what I'm saying. I don't like to see it like mishandled. I'm like,
Because you know she's not going to win.
I mean, when it was
She's
Liv,
not going to
Yeah.
be added on this and win.
when it was
I know.
Liv and Rhea, I'm like, I'm totally into this story. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why right now I'm so like,
Yeah, I kind of wish someone would come back and almost team with her to go after the tag belts with Liv and Raquel.
I'm almost like, why is
That'd be
Bianca
fun.
here? Like that's what it almost feels like. This almost feels like it needs to be between Rhea and Io.
Yeah.
Bianca.
Well, that's what I guess they're trying to get you hooked on is that, and then that's how they put Rhea into the triple threat.
I almost would have just liked a clean Rhea wins the chamber,
Yeah.
challenges. Well, no, because she was
Rhea
the
was
champion.
the
Again.
champion.
Yeah.
Rhea was the champion, so she.
yeah.
There's no way that could have happened.
Yeah.
So maybe Io just wins the chamber.
Yeah.
And-
Bianca deals with Jade and Naomi. Yeah.
I feel like an
Yeah, 'cause
Instagram.
it doesn't. Yeah, sorry, but it would have made sense to do like a Bianca versus Naomi.
Yeah.
I would still like to see Bianca versus Naomi.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I feel like an Instagram algorithm is actually deciding all of these matches, honestly, or
That is the
some
feel to
kind of
it.
algorithm, because it feels like it's the most popular, or versus like names that pop up the most in news and along.
Did they chat
social media.
GPT this?
I think they did. I think ChatGPT is writing the futures of these people's lives.
To me, this is what it feels like and it almost backfired because it's something I loved, is when they started dipping multiple superstars into multiple storylines. Like each character had 3 or 4 different scenarios they had. And I loved that because it kept it fresh. It kept people, you'd see Seth Rollins at the beginning of the show dealing with one feud, and he also had to deal with something at the end. It kept it interesting. But it almost kind of backfired this WrestleMania season where you're almost like, is he in this feud? What is she with? So it's kind of, you kind of are stuck with the,
And then they
got a
siloed 'em.
foot in 2 feuds and then they don't get a proper build up to the feud.
But then they've also siloed them so much that now they're not intersecting the way that they kind of need
Right.
to. They're not crossing paths the way
Because
that
you've completely cut off Solo and Jacob Fatu from Roman and Jay, and I don't feel like that should be a thing,
No.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, the Rock came back and hasn't even acknowledged his own family.
yeah, are we still getting a payoff from the who gave Solo the Olafalu in the first place?
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, that's our weekly roundup for the week, guys. What you got? What aspect of this chaos are y'all excited about the most? Give me a storyline you're pumped to see what happens in the next week.
Ooh. I mean, I'm I am excited to see what they do with the AJ Styles Logan Paul thing. I think they could ramp that up easy, even if it's just, I mean, something as simple as like that feud beginning by like AJ Styles being annoyed by Logan Paul backstage and them just starting like to brawl because Logan Paul's annoying.
Yeah.
And AJ's a veteran and like they're just a culture clash.
Yeah.
As opposed to whatever this forced bullshit is.
Yeah.
So we'll see where they take it, but I am excited. I'm hoping that they can really ramp it up and it's less talk and more like intensity.
Yeah.
I'm excited about anything that Rhea's doing, honestly, at this point. Whatever happens with her next, if she's going to like throw Bianca into traffic or something, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something along those lines.
I think she does get added to the triple threat somehow.
Yeah, I think so too. But I want to know how. You know, there's so much time.
I think she gets added to the triple threat, and I think it's a banger of a match.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I hope Io walks out with it.
I know. I love Io. She's
and that is the way to make Io, is to put her over, you know, two very established former champs.
Yeah, and she deserves it.
I'm excited to see what they do with the U.S. title. You know, they got LA Knight, they got Jacob Fatu, they got Solo, they got Braun Strowman. A little interesting to see. They're kind of hinting at Andrade stealing Escobar's men. So I like the mid card SmackDown right now is pretty interesting.
Yeah, but they're fumbling a lot of that.
Oh, of course. Everything can't be gold, you know.
No,
but sometimes there's beauty in the fumble.
WrestleMania 39 and 40 were pretty close to gold.
Yeah, well, there got to be a downfall at some point.
This might be it.
They can't stay up here.
No, it's okay. ChatGPT has this, guys.
They're a private company again. They don't care about us again. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Check out all of our content. We'll see you next time.